Hello, third grade, and welcome to our grammar for today. We're going to continue looking at possessive nouns. Remember, possessive means that it belongs to you. So we are adding an apostrophe to show that something belongs to something else. Last week, we looked at how we can use an apostrophe before the S to show a singular noun that there is only one, and we can use an apostrophe after the S to show that there are multiple. If I took away everything after the apostrophe, that would tell us how many we have. That would say if it's singular, one, or plural, many. My dog, my dogs. So it's telling me that there's more than one. Even though this sounds the same, my dogs and my dogs, they mean different things. This one means that it is one dog's house. This means that it is more than one dog's house. In our practice for today, it gave us a couple reminders at the top to help us remember the difference between singular and plural nouns. The first rule to remember is to add an apostrophe S, go ahead and highlight that, to form the possessive noun of a singular noun. Highlight singular noun. Grab a different color. And they gave us an example. The coat belongs to the girl. There is only one girl. The girl's apostrophe S coat. Add S apostrophe, it's after, to form the possessive of a plural noun. Sorry, highlight the S apostrophe ending in S. So if it already ends in S, then we put the apostrophe after. And finally, rule number 3. Add apostrophe S to form the possessive of a plural noun. So that is more than one, not ending in S. So men refers to more than one man. So that is many, that's plural. But it has an apostrophe S because it does not end in an S. Part A, we are completing the chart below. For this activity, we have a couple of columns. We have our singular noun, and then we're going to change it just to a regular plural noun. To do that, for most of them, we just add an S. So one bird, lots of birds. One ant, lots of ants. One boy, many boys. After you finish that section, and I'll divide this so you can see the difference, we are going to write them in singular possessive and plural possessive. Whenever you see possessive, that means that you're adding an apostrophe and sometimes an S. Now, always go back and check these rules. We'll do the first couple together, and I'm going to pick out some weirdos, and then you will get started and finish the rest of this. Part B is a little bit more simple. You're rewriting each phrase using a possessive noun. So the names of the dogs' names. I want you to underline the word you'll be making possessive. We'll do some of those together as well. All right, let's go ahead and start at the top. Go ahead and grab a colored pencil, or you can be typing these out. I think writing will probably be easier though. So let's start with ant. We have one ant, or we can have many ants. Let's stay in the same column. That'll be the easiest way for you to do it. Go down the whole column and then go to the next part. What about police woman? That's only one police woman. And if there are many police women, It just changes the spelling slightly. Police woman with an E. So that is plural. It's talking about many. Let's look at another weirdo. We have goose. You have one goose or many geese. Now, fisherman is similar to policeman. You'll just have to change the A to an E to make it plural. And we'll also do this butterfly because that can be a little tricky too. One butterfly, many butterflies. It does have an S at the end, but we have to change the Y to an I and add IE. Sorry, and add ES. I-E-S. Butterflies. You can pause the video if you need to catch up on this section. Notice that regular plural nouns do not have apostrophes. Once they become possessive, then they add the apostrophes. And I'm going to get a different color for this next column. All right, let's look at ants. We're looking at singular. So I have one ant, and it says at the top that if it is a singular noun, I add an apostrophe S. Ant, it's singular. Ants, apostrophe S. Now there's only one rule for singular, so this should be a very easy column. You're just changing a singular noun and putting an apostrophe S at the end. So boy becomes boys. Policewoman become policewomans. A-N-S, apostrophe S. Butterfly becomes butterflies with apostrophe S. Goose becomes gooses, apostrophe S. Apostrophe S. Everything in this column will be your singular noun, just written out normal, with an apostrophe S. That is the only rule for singular nouns. Now let's move on to plural nouns. So I'm looking at this column turning into a plural possessive. Now the two rules we have for plural nouns is if it ends in an S, we just put an apostrophe. If it does not end in an S, we put an apostrophe S. So let's apply that rule. Ants. It ends in an S. Plural noun ends in an S. So I just add an apostrophe. Oh, I'm going to get a different color for this one too. Ants. It already has an S, so all I have to add is an apostrophe after the S. Now let's look at policewoman. Does that end in an S? No, so I have to add an apostrophe S. Police women. Apostrophe S. That is many. It's talking about many. So I add an apostrophe S. Butterflies already has an S, so I'll add an apostrophe after that. Geese does not have an S, so I need to add an apostrophe S. The geeses. And you will finish the rest of those at the top. Down here below, we're just going to do the first three because that top section is quite a lot. And we'll be rewriting each phrase using a possessive noun. You'll just have to write the who and the what. So the names of the dogs. There are many, so I'm going to write it out. Dogs. And it's possessive, and it already has an S, so the apostrophe goes after. The dog's what? The dog's names. Once you're finished with number 2 and number 3, then you can move on to the next activity for today.